The missing persons report had my name on it, my photograph, and a date stamp from 3 years before I ever went missing. I found it in the basement of the house I just inherited from an aunt I never knew I had. That detail alone should have stopped me cold. An aunt no one in my family had ever mentioned, who had left everything she owned to me specifically, by name, in a will dated 11 years ago. I would have been 14. I didn't know she existed. But I'd needed the money, or rather, I'd needed the distance. So I drove 4 hours to a town I'd never visited, picked up a key from a lawyer who barely made eye contact, and let myself into a house that smelled like cedar and something else I couldn't name. Something metallic. The filing cabinet was in the corner of the basement, behind a water heater that looked older than I was. It wasn't locked. That bothered me more than if it had been. The report was in a manila folder labeled with my full name. Middle name included, the one I never use, the one that isn't on my social media or my driver's license. The photograph was a school photo. 7th grade, I think. The sweater I'm wearing in it, I still own. I found it in a box when I moved last spring and couldn't bring myself to throw it away. According to the report, I had been reported missing by a guardian. The guardian's name was the same as my aunt's. I stood there for a long time. I have a mother, I have a father. I grew up in the same house from age 4 until I left for college. I have memories. Birthday candles, a broken collarbone at age 9, the smell of my mother's specific brand of hand lotion. These things are real. I am certain they are real. But I have also been having the same dream for as long as I can remember. A basement. A water heater. A woman standing in the corner with her back to me saying my name. My full name, middle name included, over and over, like she's trying to remind herself of it. I took the folder upstairs. I sat at the kitchen table in a house that apparently knew me before I knew it existed. Under the missing persons report, there was a second document. A medical intake form from a facility I'd never heard of, dated about 6 months after the missing persons report. The patient name was mine. The admitting guardian was my aunt. The reason for admission was listed as dissociative presentation following acute trauma. Difficulty maintaining consistent autobiographical memory. Patient insists she has a family. Patient unable to identify the nature of the trauma. I read that last line 4 times. I still had 3 more drawers to go through. I haven't opened them yet. I'm not sure I'm ready to find out which version of my life is the one that actually happened. And I'm even less sure those are the only 2 options. Something in this house knows me. Something has been waiting. I think I've been waiting too. I just didn't know what for.